What we have is a set of layup sticks with a fork on top, otherwise known as the goal post, about 10 feet long. We place that right here next to the pile with a gentleman holding it, and we bring this cable down through this fork and then back over to the cable trailer rolling up the reel. This gentleman here with this fork can untangle, theoretically, this by himself at the rate of 750 feet a minute very safely. If there does become an issue in here, our cable trailer is set up with the gentleman here at the cable trailer being able to stop that instantly. All that gentleman has to do is watch the fork. If the fork is up in the air, the cable's coming off good. If he has an issue, he drops the fork, the trailer operator stops the trailer, and we have not damaged cable. In our process here, we can safely do this with 2 people. On this process here, we generally have 3 or 4 people doing it by hand and up to 6 people. Usually there's half the crew is there. However, this pile here, to get this up, we have to have a gentleman on this end and one on this end to get these ends to come up freely. Plus we have to have a gentleman down here where it's coming back on the reel to level wind it, and generally another person operating the turning system. So generally you'd have 4 to 6 people in this operation. Some of them get very good at their job. Some of them get a few hundred feet a minute. These 2 can get 750 feet a minute all day long. These guys, if they get several feet a minute, are going to be tired by noon. In a direct bury situation, what we found by separating the 2 that I referred to earlier is when we've got a direct bury situation, we have a road bore here. We've buried the cable already in the ground. We've got our cable plow here. We've laid the cable on the ground in front of it. We figure eighted here on this side of this bore, and we're rolling it back up on this side, getting this all through and back on the trailer and getting ready to go again before this cable plow gets up here and gets delayed during this process. We time it so we can stay just far enough ahead of the cable plow to where we keep the cable safe and we keep the plow going. When we're burying cable, we use the trailer in all these different scenarios. We don't want to cut the cable. We want to bury it all in one piece to eliminate the splices. The same thing is due when you're stringing fiber optic cable overhead. We use the cable trailer and the turning device on the cable trailer for pulling the cable up through the shivs to get it strung up on the poles. We also run into the same situations where we have to figure eight before we can go down through the next run. So the need for this cable trailer or this thing working in an overhead situation is as valuable as it is in the underground situation.